JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 23rd of February 2021, guys. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Tuesday's afternoon session. So I do apologize for the slightly late start. Had a few technical issues here. But yeah, guys, before we jump into the charts, quickly let's have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, quick mentioning of our YouTube channel, JFD YouTube channel, which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos. And of course our JFD Bank website here, and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. Feel free to visit us here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top, guys. So while it's loading up, yep, guys, so basically that's the website. You can always check us out here. Now jumping into the charts. So the first one I want to pick up here is the German DAX, and yep, we can see that we had a decent decline today and drifted below that level, the one that I was talking about, the 13,830 zone. So initially this morning we've opened up higher, but we were still below this 14,026 territory. So we came close to testing that psychological 14,000 mark, just fell shy by a few points from reaching that, and yep, as you can see, this is what happened. We reversed back to the downside and dropped below the 13,830 territory. We're currently trading below that, so let's see if we can have a further move lower here, especially if we see the price today staying below this hurdle, below this 13,830, then yes, we'll go for some lower areas here, and again, I'll aim for this level that I've kind of targeted before. This was my previous target here, this 13,694 zone right here. I mean, we've tested that today, but to be honest, if we see the daily candle today staying below this 13,830, then yep, there is a good chance of maybe hitting this level again, this 13,694, and then we will take it from there, guys. So jumping into Dow Jones Industrial Average. Now here, yesterday, the only kind of U.S. index which closed in the positive territory was Dow Jones Industrial Average. From the top three, of course, I'm talking about, so in Nasdaq, S&P, and Dow. So yep, Dow Jones managed to squeeze that positive day yesterday, but if we take a look at the cash index right now, we'll see that the price is on a slight decline, and yep, we'll see that the price is currently trading at around 31,535 territory, and of course that's slightly, actually, let me just bear with me one moment. So so yesterday we've closed around 31,500. No, so okay, so that's still okay, because on the futures market did move a little bit higher, by the way, and we did move further north here. We kind of tested this area, the 31,643, but now the price is back to this level where it closed yesterday, so approximately around there. We were slightly on the lower side here, but yeah, it's back to this area now. In order to go for some lower areas, well, I mean, guys, I said before when I was covering Dow Jones Industrial Average, still I would need to see this this drop here below the 31,224 territory right here, marked by the high of the 14th of January. And then, yes, of course, at the same time, a drop below the 21-day EMA could strengthen that that downside scenario, and we could see slightly lower levels being met, or even a test of this short-term upside support line drawn from the low of the 12th of November. But again, for now, it is how it is, guys. We're kind of stuck here in this little range, I would say, so roughly between the 31,224 and the 31,644. If we get a pop above the 31,644 today, then yes, we'll go for some higher levels, and yep, I mean, the sky's the limit in that case. But for now, it is how it is, guys. Be very careful. I mean, we are seeing a few European indices reversing back down. Some of the Asian indices did push a little bit lower, so yep, let's be on the cautious side today. DXY dollar index, and looking at this picture, you see that the dollar index failed to move below this 89.96 territory. Instead, it started reversing back up. Now, I'm not saying that this is a good positive sign here. To be honest, I mean, this could just be seen as a temporary correction, because currently, as you can see, the price is struggling to overcome this 90.25 zone right here. So for me to examine the upside, well, I would need to see, as I've mentioned this morning, I would need to see a break of this downside line here taken from the high of the 5th of February, and then go for some higher levels. In addition, of course, to that, I would like to see a push above the 91.05 level here, marked by the high of last week, in order to kind of strengthen that upside scenario. But it is how it is, guys, for now. So let's see if we can get a drop below this 89.96 territory. If we can, yep, we'll aim for that lowest point of January near the 89.23 zone. Silver. So looking at silver, and yep, well, it was a good start here for silver. We did push higher. We did move above this 27.92 territory, but as you can see here, we're drifting back down again. I mean, however, don't get me wrong, I mean, this could be seen as a temporary correction here. And yeah, if it does stay eventually above this 27.92 territory, then well, we could see another push higher. So one thing for sure is that when I talked about this one yesterday, I said that if we get that daily candle staying above this 27.92 territory, then this increases the chances for a possible move higher, which, as you can see, there is still a chance for this one to move higher. But currently we're having this little correction lower. If the price is if this daily candle today is able to remain above this area, above this 27.92 territory, then yes, we could maybe go for some higher levels. But if you're a little bit on the skeptical side or on the cautious side, you could wait basically for a push above the current highest point of today near the 28.32 zone. This way we could start climbing higher. This will confirm a forthcoming higher high, and yep, higher levels could be met. So again, be very careful with this, be very cautious, and for now all eyes are on this barrier, this 27.92 territory. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin correcting sharply today to the downside. I mean, yesterday was a good correction, and today it kind of went further south. So we've tested this short-term upside support line drawn from the low of the 27th of January, and then now basically the big question here is, can we remain above this area, and most importantly, can we stay above the 21-day EMA as well? So if we do, then there is a chance for the crypto to make its way up again here. But yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, let's see how all this is going to play out. Now I'm going to drag a few levels here, draw a few levels here. So basically, if it starts rebounding from this upside line and this 21-day EMA, then this is a good sign. We could see another push higher here, especially if the price starts climbing back above the 50,755 territory right here. This, of course, could increase the chances, but of course, in that situation, be very careful, because we might travel higher, but we might not reach the all-time high. So we could form somewhat but like a lower high here, and then we could see another reversal back down. So in other words, let me just kind of grab this curve. So in other words, something like this could be possible, guys. Let me just grab this one, and there we go. So if it climbs back above this hurdle here, the 50,755, yes, okay, we'll start aiming for some higher levels, but it might get a hold up somewhere around here, guys. And if it does that, then yes, another slide could be possible, which would mean that well, we could be maybe seeing then this crypto kind of coiling up. But of course, let's not get ahead of ourselves too much. First, let's keep an eye on this, and let's see how it's going to perform near the upside line here and this 21-day EMA. Quick update on AUD-CHF. This is what I talked about this morning. This morning I said to you guys that, well, first of all, we were a little correction here to the downside, but what I said to you, if we overcome the current highest point of today at that point in this morning, then yes, we'll go for some higher levels. There are a bunch of levels to keep an eye on, of course, one of which is this one right here, the high of the 7th of May of 2019, and that level is around the 0.7166 mark. Now it seems that there is a good chance we could make our way there, but don't forget that we had already quite a decent steep up move here, so maybe a bit of a setback here could be possible at some point, but for now we're not really getting any reversal signals unless we see the rate falling maybe back below yesterday's high, which is roughly around the 0.71 territory right here. So if we get a drop back below the 0.71, if the daily candle remains below it, then yes, I mean, of course, well, we could maybe consider a bit of a decline here, but let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys. First, for now, everything's kind of still leaning towards the upside. I know that we are quite overstretched maybe, but at the moment we didn't have our reversal signal yet. USD CAD, very quickly on this one. So the pair is stuck. The pair is stuck near this hurdle, or should I say above this hurdle, above the 1.2580, or should I say 90 level. So 1.2590, that's what I'm keeping an eye on here right now. That's the hurdle where which is kind of currently stopping and halting the slide. And in a way, we could say that maybe this is a strong area of support. It is, but and maybe you would say that maybe from here we could rebound. That's true as well. However, as you can see, the pair is currently struggling with this 1.2630 territory, which I've looked at previously, and I've talked a lot about this level previously. Previously it did act as a good area of support. Now it's taking the role of resistance. If we climb back above the 1.2630, then yes, I'll go for a bit of an up move here. I'll go for some higher levels. We might even target this downside line again, but which, if holds, we could see another slide later on. But again, let's go short. Let's go slowly with short steps, I would say, not going short, because again, it's a very tricky moment here. Because if you want to go for some lower areas, yes, we could do that, and there is still a good chance for this pair to move lower, but wait for that could drop below the 1.2590 territory here, and then yes, we could consider a further move lower towards the 1.2527 or even below that. Now, a quick update on GBPCHF. I mean, this one is unstoppable. Look at the, I mean, the yesterday and the day before yesterday, or should I say last week, we already had a decent up move here. We had a strong move here to the upside, and today we had another strong move up to the upside, reaching the area. Let me just quickly grab this one, reaching the area near the 1.2691 zone, and yep, this is where it kind of slowed down, so it's currently trading slightly below it. Also, the pair remains above this upside line. taken from the low of the 11th of December, and as I understand, there's a lot of people who are willing to short this, but again, be very careful, guys. I mean, look at this picture here, and let me just jump into weekly here. You can see that we're trading above the 200-day EMA, so it is an interesting spot here to go short. However, if you think that this 200-day EMA is the one to watch on the weekly chart, well, you're definitely right on that one, because every single time you can see that this 200-day EMA has been acting as a good area of resistance. However, initially we always overshot it, and for example, last time when we did that in the beginning of December of 2019, you can see that yes, we did have a strong move higher and continued to rally, but then the next week, I mean, this is when it reversed back down. So what I'm saying here, and the same story happened here, for example, in the end of April 2019, also the March here of 2019, and then April of 2018. So long story short, basically what I'm saying here, there are a couple of scenarios. I mean, the fact that the 200-day EMA could provide resistance, yes, it could still do that. Could we see a bit of a corrective move lower? Yes, of course we could that as well. However, to be a little bit more careful, I would say wait for this weekly candle to end. I do understand it's only Tuesday, but again, just let's be on the safe side. Wait for this weekly candle to end, see where it ends. If it stays above it, then of course it has a good decent chance of moving higher further north, like for example it did here in the beginning of April 2018. So it closed above the 200-day EMA, then the next week we had a strong move, a further move higher. However, that's where the reversal then came. It did go for another higher high here, but yep, it then at the end of the week it reversed sharply to the downside. So that's what I'm saying, this is something for you to monitor, to keep an eye on going into next week as well. For the the same story here, for example, in December of 2019, where of course the following week didn't go for a higher high, but we had that reversal, and yep, let's see if we're gonna have something similar this time. Again, all eyes right now are going to be on the weekly candle probably. If we stay above this 200-day EMA, then yes, there is still a chance for a further move north. But if we close below it, then well, this is where it could become very interesting going into next week, guys. So like I said, keep your eyes on that one. Keep your eyes on this weekly chart, and yep, let's see how that's gonna play out. For now, everything's kind of looking quite positive. EURUSD. So still flirting with this hurdle, this so-called neckline, and yep, for now it's probably a little bit frustrating here for the bulls, because it's not really pushing further north. This pair, I'm still cautiously bullish on this one, because we are still above the 21-day EMA, or in other words, we're above all of the EMAs here on our daily chart. However, I would still prefer to wait for that daily candle kind of staying above this area, above this 1.2156 territory, above this so-called neckline, and then going for some higher levels. So again, there's a lot to monitor here, guys. Again, don't be frustrated, because that's the market wants you to be frustrated, I mean, and so that you would fail. But again, try to stay calm. Let's see where this daily candle is going to end today. If it stays below this, then I'm going to be a little bit on the neutral side. If it closes above this, then yep, I'll get a little bit more excited with the upside. For the downside, I need to see a drop below this 1.2023 territory, roughly around here, in order to go for some for those lower levels. At the same time, we could get a rate drop below the 100-day EMA here, shown as the green line. So that's it, guys, for today. That's it for this session. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for your likes, for your views, guys. Thank you really thank you very much for that. So I hope you found this session interesting. But yeah, guys, as always, I hope you stay safe. I hope you are careful. And if you want to catch my video tomorrow morning, as always, my Trader's Espresso, 7 o'clock GMT time. For now, have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I'll see you later. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.